forming a conference has been in all the coaches in the PAC and the Heartland in all of our interest for the last 3 years now. I know before I got here when I was at Teal, that was the big hype, was trying to start the PACs. When I got here, it continued trying to start the PAC. So joining the ORLC is huge for us as far as just postseason play, something to play for versus just being independent. Where we were at in the past, obviously, strength of schedule is nowhere to get us into the tournament as an independent, depending on our record. So having the conference championship in order to get us there is huge for us. And as far as recruiting, like you had mentioned, I mean, it gives guys a reason to look at us now. Kids want to play for a championship. Kids want to play for all conference awards. Without that, obviously, that possibility isn't there. So being that we are in that conference now, our guys are definitely more motivated to compete and to practice every day to work towards something, as well as look at our school for prospective recruits.
Let's talk about the team that you're going to put on the field this year. 9 returners. Talk to us a little bit about the returners you got coming back, and who are the captains going to be for the team this year?
Well, as far as our captains go, voted by their peers, we did a team vote this year to decide that, which that's the first year I did that. And we have Jake Holland, Brennan Wessels, and Jacob Hollabaugh as our 3 leaders on the field. 2 of which, Holland and Wessels, were big leaders for us last year on the field and vocally as well, not just points-wise. And Hollabaugh is filling some big shoes. Obviously, CJ Stanicki leaving after a 4-year starting career here, played basically every single game. Hollabaugh stepping in the role very good, and definitely earned his players' respect and confidence in being voted team captain. He's definitely taken huge strides in the offseason. Obvious that he worked all summer long, and definitely excited to see what he can do this year.
Just one senior on the team this year, and that's Brendan Wessels. Talk about what he's going to bring to the table. This is his 4th year with the team. What do you expect out of Brendan, and how is he going to lead the team this year?
What I expected out of Brendan, I think he had already surpassed that just in the short season that we've had thus far. Just in practice, he's taking a much more controlled role at really helping keep our guys focused. Even just from last year. He was also a captain last year for us, but I'm seeing a completely different Brendan Wessels, which is great for us as a coaching staff to see this early in the season. And the guys are responding to it in a positive way, which is even better. It's one thing for a senior or a captain or any player to step up and try to be a leader for the team, vocally, just playing wise, whatever it is. But it's a completely different aspect is how their team, their peers, actually respond to them and trying to take on that role. So seeing Brendan step up vocally, really kind of controlling the team a little bit more in a positive manner, and seeing how the guys are responding to him is great for us. The offense I like to run is definitely generated with an X-attack from behind with Jake Holland. We did bring Grant Delaney back, but lost Travis Grandage. Losing Travis, he was a great leader for us as well, so obviously it's not a great thing, but getting Brendan Wessels on that left attack where Travis played last year, I think he'll fill in those shoes just fine as far as points go and everything. I think Holland's doing a great job this year, especially with some of the midfield that we were able to bring in this year. With shooters like Brendan and Grant Delaney at attack on Jake's wings, he's going to be able to find them. But finding our midfield now, we have a great talented freshman midfield class. Good sophomore Tim Pagano is returning as well for us. Good outside shooter. So having some guys that can shoot the ball from up top is really what is going to make Jake Holland even a better player this year for us.
You mentioned Delaney. Talk about what he brings to the offensive side. He did lead the team in points last year. He led the team in goals with 27. What does Grant bring to the table that's going to allow him to continue his success this year?
What Grant is bringing to the table this year is adding to his style of play. Grant Delaney is an outside shooter. He's not much of a creator for himself. He moved decently well off ball last year for us, and he's moving much better off ball for us this year, and he's also playing inside for us. The aspect of playing both outside, being able to shoot from outside and score, and be able to finish inside is going to be huge for him. I don't think he had any inside goals last year from playing inside the crease, and he's playing inside for us in this new offense that we're playing this year, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't close to double his goals.
Let's move over to the midfielders and the
Yes.
long stick middles and people like that. Who do you have coming in? Who do you have back? And just talk about your midfield.
As I briefly mentioned with Tim Pagano, he's actually stepping up, playing real well for us right now in practice and in our first scrimmage as well. He's got the step down shot, which what a lot of our midfielders have for us. Being able to create with Jake Holland and Brennan Wessels at attack, it opens up the midfield because their defensemen need to help out on the ball carrier. So it opens them up for the shooting, which is what our freshman midfield class can do. Also, in addition to just shooting the step down shots and being able to shoot from 12 yards out, we have 2 to 3, Lamont Sweeney and Colton Reeves and Jake Schiffer are going to do a lot for us as far as dodging and creating for our offense as well, and allowing Grant and Wessels to be available for that finishing shot as well.
Face-offs seemed to be a little bit hit or miss last year.
Yes.
What did you guys bring in as far as your face-off specialists, and what do you expect out of them this year?
As far as face-offs, we have 2 main guys, and that would be Andrew Parsons, a returning sophomore, who did okay for us last year. Definitely did some work in the off-season. I have definitely seen some improvements with him. His main thing was foot speed, and he's definitely been working on that. Freshman face-off is Brian Youth, who's going to be huge for us. Both of them at the face-off acts, they have different pros, different cons, so they're playing together versus competing against each other for that first face-off spot. As a lot of teams, you'll have several guys competing for one spot. We're going to be playing them together more than against each other. Brian Youth, freshman face-off guy, he'll also be playing a lot of offense for us as well. So I did definitely expecting some big things out of him as well.
Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. You do have a fair bit of returners on that
Yes.
side. Just talk to us about the defense. What do you expect out of them, and who do you got returning there?
We have basically our entire close defense returning. We have Dom Halstead, Evan Bender, Anthony Smith will be playing down low this year. Anthony Smith was kind of a utility player for us last year. Played a good bit of short stick defense, long stick defense, and some close defense. It's just kind of how things went last year, losing one of our 5 long poles. We had to move him around. This year he'll be playing more close and be a lot more comfortable. Getting more reps on a day-to-day basis with the same guys is definitely going to help us. That being said, the same 3 guys playing together for now the 2nd year is definitely they will be a lot more comfortable down there. They learn each other's tendencies and are able to play off each other a lot better now. And adding to the defense, long stick midfielder John Page, he's going to be long stick midfielder with Alan Hall for us, as well as if anything happens to our defense, John Page will be the first one to go down low. And very aggressive player, quick, and great stick. Definitely expecting to see some good things with him in the transition game.